What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So I'm going to go over what the market participants are trying to do and where they're most likely trying to take the price to next. So today was a decent day. We did bounce off that 240 level. Price was trading right around the lower 230 level. And that's a $30 swing from the lows of the day's range to the high. That's about $30. So this swing can easily, this stock can easily move $30 to $50 in one day. So tomorrow we might be back up at the high 200s, 287, probably to fill in that gap right over here. There was an empty little space between these two candles, so we could go up to fill in that gap, and then we'll go from there, right? But overall, I think a lot of people, they're bearish and bullish at the wrong times. See, why is everyone bullish after a 56% drop in the stock? So we went from the high to lows, 57, 56%. Why was everyone really bearish at the worst possible time? I was bearish over here. You can go watch my prior videos. I've been doing MSTR videos since last year, March, and more common or putting more out later last year, like in September, October. But I have been doing MicroStrategy videos since March of last year. And later of 2024, I was bearish right around this region over here because anything that moves up at an exponential rate is unsustainable in the marketplace. So I was bearish, expecting price to cool off, and I was definitely not expecting this big of a drop. I'll give you that, but I was definitely expecting a drop right around this area right over here, and price did drop. So now I'm still expecting higher prices. Everyone is still bearish, thinking we have topped and stuff like that. Maybe we have. No one knows the future, right? But the technicals aren't really showing that right now. It still, to me, looks bullish. As you can see here, we're still bouncing off that 240 level, which is the measure move target. So we have one large drop right here. We're going to clone the arrow. This was the second large drop, and price was targeting right around that 244 level, whatever, 240 level, close enough. And we're still bouncing off that level. And Bitcoin also looks pretty good as right now as well, too. So we'll see what happens. But as right now, I want to see price get back above this bullish trend line, the bearish trend line right over here. I want to see it break it decisively. I want to see a decisive break through it, not like a little fake breakout like we just saw last week. I want to see a decisive break through it and then get back above the 318, 320 levels. So if we can get back above that 318, 320 level right over here, so because this was just turned into prior support, turned into resistance, and we're still below the trend line. So there's a lot of resistance right around here. If we can break this levels right over here, then it's off to the races. I think then the uptrend has resumed higher. As right now, this still looks like a big correction, in my opinion. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe we do go lower. Either way, I'm still bullish long term. It's just hard to say what's going to happen in the near term, right? But I want to see price get back above the bearish trend line, get back above this horizontal level at the 320 level. A decisive break like this most likely will lead to much more higher prices. I don't think we're going to break it and then fall back down. I don't think we're going to break it and continue to consolidate. I think it's more likely if we do break it, we continue to rally higher or pull back briefly and then resume the trend higher to retest this prior high. So overall, MicroStrategy still hanging in there. You can still see it's right at that 240 level. And if it does go lower, I did give you guys a lower price target on the log scale chart. It was like right around the 216, 217 level. But overall, still hanging in there. I think Bitcoin maybe has bottomed. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, this thing is just dragging out a long term. So I'm going to show you guys Bitcoin's chart. I know I saved this mostly for members, but I'll show you guys a sneak peek Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin on Coinbase Exchange. Let's go to the monthly chart and let's switch it to the log scale so we can analyze prior bull cycles. So let me go and put a vertical line on the month that is in the last year of the bull cycle. So technically, this is the last year of the bull cycle before we go in a bear market. So let's go and mark that right now. So this is March. And then March of 2021, which was the last year of the bull cycle, which is right over here. And then March of 2017, which was the last year of the bull cycle as well, is right over here. Now, leading up to where we are in March, which one looks like where we are right now? Is it this trend right here, this trend, or I'm saying this trend? Which one of these prior bull cycles is resembling the current pace that we're moving at right now? So if you were to say 2016 to 2017, you would be correct, right? So this one right here is much more in line with number 3, right? So 1 and 3 look very similar. And if you go back to March of 2017, look at the candle, right? Look at this candle. It was red. It was indecisive price action. Actually, the last 4 months or last 3 months, like January, February, and March, were all kind of like not that bullish, right? Price was barely moving up higher. You see that this was barely any bullish price action. And then what do you know? In April, basically price starts ripping all the way till December, right? Am I going to say that? Am I saying that we're going to do that again? Probably we can. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's likely we do. So this month, even the past couple of months, January, February, March, have been slightly bearish to neutral. But sooner than later, there's a good chance we could start ripping up higher. Even the trend angle is very similar as well. This was about a 38-degree angle, and now this trend angle right now is right around a kind of like a 30-degree angle, so maybe even higher, 32, and we're still at that bullish angle. So overall, this looks very reminiscent of 2017 bull market right over here. So if we were to do the same thing again, very soon, if not already, we could make a move up higher. So I'm not expecting this to continue that much longer. If it does, then again, things are looking different. It's just more time. It's not if, it's when. So even if it does take a longer time to get to those price targets that I imagine for MicroStrategy, it's not if, it's when. Because we all know Bitcoin is going to do very well over the long term. Why? Because it's mathematically guaranteed the fiat system will fail. It's just guaranteed to fail. It's going to get higher prices for everything, right? It's never been lower prices for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's guaranteed to continue to go up everything in value, right? Eggs, houses, gasoline, whatever you name it, because fiat currency continues to expand, right? There's more fiat currency in circulation going after a certain amount of goods that's not able to keep up with that increase in inflation. But technology is easy to deflate that, because you can make a TV and then you can make a better one very quickly, right? So you don't really see the effects in inflation in technologies generally, but you will see it in the harder things to mass produce, like eggs. Even eggs, they still go up even though they're mass produced. So you can just see how much fiat currency is being lent out into existence, created out of thin air, and then that just devalues your purchasing power. But so again, if you understand one side of the system, then is mathematically guaranteed to fail. Then why would you be scared of Bitcoin? It doesn't make any sense to me. If fiat currency is mathematically guaranteed to fail, there's no way to fix it, then maybe just prolong it, but there's no way to fix it, then how would you be scared of Bitcoin? How would you be scared of this monetary system that cannot be debased, that has is the most decentralized crypto in the world, is the most secure crypto in the world? It has cap supply. The mining difficulty increases. It becomes harder to mine Bitcoin every 4 years. So, I mean, it's just a perfectly engineered money. Now, let's take that a step further. Why would you not own a company that owns 500,000 Bitcoin, or 2.5, 2.6% of that new monetary system? 2.6%, one company. Can you imagine that? What if Apple held 2.6% of the entire US dollars in the world? They'd be very, very powerful. And it'd be different because that one's ever expanding, but and Bitcoin is not ever expanding. But it just goes to show you, right? If you're buying the company that's building on the new monetary system, that's going to be very powerful over the long term. So they're basically future proofing themselves, and they're going to be able to do a lot more things in the future. As of right now, they're giving out a bunch of they released a STRK, another type of stock or something like that, and they can ATM that instead of ATM the MSTR shares. There was something that came out about 21 billion. They're going to do ATM of the Strike convertible, whatever it was. But either way, right, they can offer a bunch of products that we haven't even seen before coming in the future. So bullish long term for MicroStrategy, regardless if it goes down or not. So let's take a look at the log scale for MicroStrategy. Again, very bullish, right? Looks just to me like a correction. Doesn't look like a top to me. I'd be very surprised. Again, it doesn't look like a top. Looks like this correction is coming to an end if not already very soon. If we do correct a little bit lower, I did give you guys a lower price target. This is all one leg right here. Sometimes we do make a full second leg down, and that's right around the 212, 213 level. So if we do continue lower, it would be there, but I just don't see how. It's very close to bottoming out, if not already. Bullish trend lines are in play. So we got this nice bullish trend line right here. We got this nice bullish trend line as well. And we're right at the bullish trend line. After 3 candlesticks, we're still bouncing off of it. So 1, 2, 3. Very soon, we should start seeing a move up higher. So again, if not, then things are different, right? It's not good. You want to see it sooner than later move up. I was expecting March to be a bullish month. It still has plenty of time to be a bullish month. But if not March, it has to be February. It has to be April. If not, then this thing most likely is not good in the short term. Long term, still very good. Doesn't matter if it crashes again. Can you believe this stock right here? It crashed from this high to this low, 90%. And since that prior peak, look how much price is above that prior peak, 313%. So look what the company did. They crashed from 90% from this prior high in 2021, and they're already up 300%. Let's say you bought at the worst possible time in the world, right over here. You're still up 300%. Well, you were 300%. I mean, right now you're up about 100%, 98%. I mean, that's still better than most stocks you can buy on the market. Again, not financial advice, obviously. I'm just showing you guys what the stock is capable of doing. So I don't think this has top. Still think there's a lot of room to the upside, and we'll go from there. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.